We are alive though. Ready, set, and go. I'm just gonna take this chair. I usually like sitting in my roller. Right there. All right. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode of what? LaQuinta's Shutterbox. I'm your girl, LaQuinta, and I have an amazing guest with me today. I have Miss Madison Pitts.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Madison. Or should I say Maddie the
I
Baddie?
guess.
Hey, Maddie the Baddie. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all, we've been trying to get this interview for a long time. It has been a
I've been
long.
anticipating it for a minute.
Yes, and I cannot wait. I am excited to talk a little bit to Miss Maddie, and I want to see, why they call her Maddie the Baddie. Hey.
Hey, the shoulder's given.
Yes, all of that. And I just love everything about you, your spirit.
Thank you.
And baby, I love your hustle. Y'all know Madison has a hustle that's unbelievable. We're gonna talk a little bit later on about some of your hustles because it's a wide
It's a lot.
range of things that you do.
It is.
Do you remember when we first met?
I try my best to think back. I remember your
I
other
can
side.
remember. So I was doing, I don't know which event we were doing. I don't know if it was Fire on the Runway or some event you auditioned to be in one of my segments.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, when you came on,
I did.
and it wasn't your walk or nothing, the reason I didn't choose you. It's just I didn't have nothing to fit you at the time.
That's the problem most of the time.
And we're gonna get into that. That was the problem. Because baby, she got a fierce walk and she have a great attitude. And I love, yes,
the steppers then,
yes,
right?
yes. And I wanted to pick you because I was trying to see like what do I have can fit her, and the things that I was, showcasing at that time, I just didn't have nothing to fit you.
It happens.
But that hustle of yours, you came up to me with some samples, and I still remember the samples because I came to one of your events. I wanted to know if you had some of the samples, honey. Let me tell y'all. She was one of the first people her age, because we're gonna get into that too. Her age that had a hustle to where she stood by her products. Not only could she just tell you to buy them and what she do and all that and how to make them, baby, she had samples. So you can smell them, feel them, taste them, whatever you want to do with them. And Lord behold, she bought some samples today. That's Maddie.
Part of the hustle.
That's part of the hustle. So let's go all the way back, Madison. Let everybody really get to know Madison. And you're not from here.
I'm not. No.
So where are you originated from?
I'm originally from Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's a very small city, the bottom of the Michigan map, the state. Born in New York, but raised in Michigan.
Okay. I didn't know you was born in Michigan. So when you got down here in this snow, how we shut down, you weren't used to shutting down.
No, I'm not. But I'm like, dang, one snowflake and everything is shut down.
Everything.
It takes a lot for Michigan to shut down.
It does. It does. So, and how long have you been here?
Since 2017.
2017.
So about 9 years.
Okay, about 9 years. So, you are Southern now. You are Arkansas.
That's what I say. I'm from Arkansas.
You from Arkansas now. I think they say once you've been somewhere 10 years, that's where you're from.
Yeah, just don't take me too deep.
Don't take you too deep. So, okay, Madison. And how many children do you have?
I have one 12-year-old daughter.
One 12. Y'all, does she look like she got a 12-year-old? Look at her. And skin just as glowing.
Thank you.
Y'all know why her skin glowing, don't you? because of the products that she had?
I use my own products. Have been for years before I started selling. I was using my own
You
products.
was using your own products.
Mhm.
Honey, I'm gonna get to that too. But first, I just like I said, I
Yeah.
want everybody to really get to know Madison. So you have one daughter, which is 12 years old.
Mhm.
Are you married?
No,
Not
never been.
married.
Mm-mm.
Never married.
Nope.
Are you dating?
I am
Yeah.
openly dating.
You what?
Openly dating.
Open date. See, a lot of people don't know what open dating is. Can you
Mm.
explain open dating?
So it's basically broken down to ethical non-monogamy, where you hold yourself to a standard as far as getting tested, being truthful, honest, and transparent with whoever you deal with. That's more so what I go into. Or polysingle is a simpler term for it.
Poly single.
Mhm.
Okay, explain that.
So you're basically in a connection. I say connection versus relationship because it is a difference. But you're very connected to however many people you are dealing with at the time. And that's basically just what it is. It's like no title, if you will. Like we have a connection, but I still go and do what I want to do respectfully because you don't want to pass stuff around or mix with feelings. I don't play with feelings, so I'm very straightforward. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's up to you to agree with it, but I'm gonna still do me.
So yeah, when I tell you I want to dig a little deeper into some of that she was talking about, but first let's go and get this business on out the way. I want to go ahead and get the important stuff on
Okay.
out the way,
Okay.
and then we'll dig some more into that because baby, we
Mhm.
got a whole hour. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're gonna talk about an event that you do have coming up, and you had to
Yes.
cancel it due to the weather.
Go to the weather.
Honey, there's something about
Yes.
Arkansas weather.
I was trying to hold out so long.
So tell us about your event, Living Wild.
Living
Talk.
Wild Tall. So I just recently in August made a post just being funny, talking about my height, and that rolled into me coming out with merchandise, Living Wild Tall, tall T-shirts with little quotes on the back. You want to read that?
Okay, I'm gonna start asking. Hold up.
Come on, you got to finish
Hold.
it.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that a dig on short people?
It's not.
I'm gonna start asking short people for the themes on the lower shelves. I'm done being used.
Okay, that was the post I made, and it just went off from there. Being funny, trying to be funny.
You feel like we use you.
Not necessarily being used, but I've had my times where I've asked a vertically challenged person to get something from the bottom shelf, and I was graded with attitude. And I was just like, but I would help you. So I need help. My back hurt. I got bad knees. That's a long ways down. Let's help each other. Oh.
So we get the things on
And
the
I'm gonna go
bottom,
up there.
and you're gonna get the things on
You
the
ain't gotta
top.
risk your life falling off of school, and I ain't gotta work. I ain't gotta hurt my back.
Because we definitely be risking our lives. Because I'm bad. Because I am 5 feet even.
That's so cute.
Oh my goodness. I have it bad. It's always things on the top shelf in the store that I'm always looking around because you never can find people to work in the store.
You got that.
I'm looking for somebody tall.
Mhm.
I'm looking for somebody tall. So when we get in this Living Wild Tall, have you always had the well, I'm not gonna call them disadvantages, the advantages of being tall?
Oh yeah. Yes. I was 5'10".
Wait, just I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Y'all know things always seem to happen on the chatterbox. I want to ask our producer, can you hit the on the air sign in the window, please? Because it's this way in the front on this side. Because our neighbors, I don't think they know that we're on the air because I can hear them real clear. Okay. Now I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Sorry.
Let's get back to business, y'all. So go ahead.
Oh yes, my height. So I've dealt with tall advantages my entire life. I was 5'10" in the 5th grade, and from there I went up to 6 feet about the 7th grade. I tapped out. So I've been this tall pretty much my entire life, and the advantages have grown over time, but younger days were harder.
And that's what I was gonna ask you. When you were young, being that tall, did you have a problem or the stigma with being bullied?
Oh
Or
yes, I was bullied heavily, and I'm a soft giant, so maybe I was an easy target. But growing up in a small town of Michigan, I'm taller than everybody's parents. I'm taller than the teachers at school in elementary. So I was an easy target to be talked about or bullied throughout, probably all the way up through senior year.
Now look at that. For the
Mhm.
ones that bullied her then, y'all look at her now. I know they was like, God, dog,
Yeah.
I should have never been bullied. Bullying her back then, I could have had a connection with her now. Could have. But as kids, they find the smallest things to pick at, and they couldn't pick at your looks, so they had to pick at your
on
height.
my height. Yes. So I let it all go. We was kids. I understand. Kids don't know no better.
So when did it start being a positive thing with being tall?
I would say for me personally, in the past few years, height has become popular. I'll say more accepted. I'll say, but I've always had confidence in my height. I've always wore heels, even in high school. I've always accepted my height, but it's become more open now with celebrities such as Meg Thee Stallion and Sierra and other tall, high profile people has made it easier for us people, women like me, to feel more accepted.
So now they tall with good knees. You tall with good knees.
Well, listen here.
Look,
If you know, you know.
Look, if you know, you know. What you say, baby? I'm tall and I got good knees and I
Okay.
can drop it. Okay. Okay.
They good when I need them to be.
I know that's right. You say right when you need them to be.
Okay.
So, this living while tall, what made you come up with just to have an event and to look out? Because you get a lot of people that they say this is just something else for people to hook up. Give the real meaning and what it really is with this event.
So with my Living While Tall event, it's something I've always wanted to do. But here recently, it was another creator, Tyler B. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's a white, tall man. I think 5'6'5", maybe 6'9". But he started the tour, and I brought it here to Little Rock just to kind of start it up. So if he ever comes here, it'll be even bigger. But I was like, it's probably be a minute before he makes it to Little Rock. So I went ahead and spearheaded it. I wanted to create a space for tall people to feel normal for a little while, to not have to look down or to have a conversation, not to be turned into a spectacle because we're tall, not to be asked a million questions about our height if we play sports. And men with the "I'll climb the tree" line is tired.
Oh,
So
I was going to ask you about one of the lines that guys use, and I guess that's the main one.
that's the main one. I'll climb that tree, and I always would say, "Okay, lumberjack, what they got to do with me?" I don't know, but but yeah. So a space to mingle, network, things of that nature. Yeah, it naturally turns into a dating
Right.
thing, but that's not the actual purpose. But I'm not gonna stop nobody's pimping.
You're not gonna stop nobody's pimping.
Mhm.
So with this event, I heard you got to be a certain height to even.
Mandatory.
And it's mandatory that you have to be a certain height.
Yes, we have height checked at the door. No exceptions for this night.
So if a 5 feet person like myself, if I come, I'm just gonna be turned around at the door.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my
If you bought your
goodness!
ticket beforehand, you will not be refunded. It's very.
Did y'all hear that?
It's on the website.
If you purchase your ticket and you not, how tall do you have to be?
Women 5'8" and above, men 5'10" and above.
5'8" for women and 5'10" for men. So if you do not meet those requirements, you will be turned around at the door with no refund. She wants some inches.
Now listen, this is just the first one. My next one will be all inclusive. But I just wanted to give a night with just pure tall. But my next one will be open to everybody.
So this is the thing with that. I hear.
Yes, pure height, pure tall.
Okay, so this is the thing. Now I'm short. I'm 5 feet. I've never wanted. Not saying that I haven't had a short, significant other. I've always been attracted to a big, tall thing. I want something tall. My man now is tall. I love him big and tall. So you don't think that tall? So am I wrong about this? Short want tall and tall want short.
Conditioned, yes.
So what do you mean condition?
I feel it's conditioned. I don't think height necessarily matters about the person. It could come boil down to preference. but I do think it's highly conditioned for a short woman to have a tall man.
So what is your preference?
I have no preference and I don't answer that question, but I do have frequency.
Well, what is your frequency?
If it match, it match. If it don't, it don't.
If it, yeah, if it match, it match. If it don't, it don't.
So
Y'all heard it. So it got to match. It got to match.
it got to match. I don't, I try not to give specifics because
I got a question. Because you tall. Have you ever dated
yes.
you date tall?
I've dated tall and short.
So this is the thing for me, and I got a question about short too. Dating tall. Now I know me. I like to be picked up.
Mhm.
Are tall women still getting picked up by tall?
Yes, I've been picked up.
Still
Tall
getting
women get picked up. Yeah, that doesn't stop nothing.
Long he got a back, he picked.
As long as he's strong enough, my legs wrap around you and everything.
Well, so let me ask you this. So when you date short, do you do the
Mhm.
picking up? I just had to ask. Do you do the picking up?
I don't do the picking up.
You don't do.
Mm-mm.
So you never got a short guy and picked him up.
No,
Oh, dang! You took the fun out of it.
Most of the short, even if they are short, they're usually muscular or have some
okay.
body to them. So I can't pick that up.
So have you ever dated a short guy that had the short man syndrome?
It's impossible. I can't.
Okay, you didn't do.
I'm too confident for that. You're gonna get booted out the door. So
Y'all heard it booted out the door.
you gotta have confidence. And most of the short men that do approach me, they have the confidence.
Okay.
Most of the time.
So when did you push your event back? Had the date been set?
Yes, I had to push it back to February 28th. Same place, same time, 7 p.m., 2930 South University.
Same place, same time, different date. Say the date again.
February 28th, 7 p.m.
Can people still purchase tickets?
Still purchase tickets. Yep, the same link that I've been posting on my website, on my profile is still active. The date's changed, so you can still access the tickets.
And how much is the purchase ticket?
It's sitting is 20. We also have VIP for 40. Once seating is reserved, it goes down to about 15 for standing room only.
Did y'all hear that? Those are some nice prices.
Yeah.
So what's all included in the price of the tickets?
Price of the tickets as far as VIP, you'll get VIP seating and 2 glasses of champagne. The $20 is a preferred seating, and then the 15 is standing. That's it for that. But as far as the event itself, we'll have a cash bar, live DJ, a thrifting table, and a resource bucket.
Okay. A resource bucket.
Yes, I'm always networking. I'm always looking for something new. So I thought of the resource bucket for people to come and put in resources. I tried to make it mainly for tall people, but it's any resource you have that you think is valuable, worth knowing, worth passing along. That's what the bucket is for. I'm gonna post everything at the end of the event.
So we know you're the ones that know Maddie know she's an advocate vendor. Are you gonna have vendors at this event?
Not at this event per the space, but I will be set up with Nina's Touch and Living Malta.
Nina's Touch. We're gonna get into Nina's Touch too. Now I definitely gonna have to touch on Nina's Touch.
Yes, ma'am.
But a little bit more about the event.
Mhm.
So we got the where it's located, the time, the date. You say it's going to be a resource. You don't hear a lot of events having resources. That's a good thing. You're still working in the community.
Yeah, I still want to pass something along. And then the thrift table as well.
So what is the thrift table?
So the thrift table, I'm trying to make it mainly for tall people. If you have anything tall worthy to pass down, that's what I'm trying to collect. Because I work hand in hand with homeless veterans as well. So I will be passing along those tall items to them. We have a lot of tall people that come through as veterans.
Okay. So I've been watching your page for many years, and I noticed you had a segment that you were doing how you dress every morning.
I was.
Yeah. So have it been a real problem with you finding clothes that would fit your tallness?
Always. Most clothing sites think tall is like an inseam of 32, and it's not. I need an inseam of at least 34 minimum just for it to reach my ankles. So a lot of the times I'm wearing capris right now. You just can't tell.
Just can't
I
tell.
got my boots on. But most jeans come as capris to me. But every so often I do find a 36 inseam, something that is truly tall, but it's rare and probably expensive.
Okay. And so how many events are you planning on to have like this? You said you're gonna do something for us, the shorties.
Yes.
You're gonna do something for us.
I am.
So Are you looking to do this annually, or how often are you planning on doing this? Could we look forward to having one of these events?
Right now, I'm looking at maybe every couple of months doing the Strictly Tall event. Now, I was gonna start a tall takeover where a collective of us just go and support random events, venues, whatever it may be, and then to have an all-inclusive event as well. So I'm working on my timing as far as spacing things out, but it will be more. More is to come. For sure.
Y'all heard that? She got more coming.
Mhm.
So if you didn't get in on this one, heck, she got plenty more to come, and she got something for us, the shorties, the shorty baddies. You know, because I got to say us shorties, we bad
Yes,
too.
yes, yes.
Okay, so we've gotten into the living tall thing, the event and everything,
Mhm.
and when the next one is coming, let's talk about your vending Saturdays that you normally do.
Mhm.
What made you start doing that? And tell us a little bit about that for the ones that don't know what that is.
Mhm. So, vending or being a vendor at pop-up shops, markets, whatever it may be, um, we go, we set up small businesses with a table, everything, all your products, and usually for a set amount of time. And I've been doing pop-up shops for 5 years now, and they, they go up and down, but it's a means to have a system to acquire more customers in one time that you may not be able to see regularly if you don't have a brick and mortar, if you don't have a consistent place to set up. A Saturday pop-up shop is what I rely on most of the time from
Okay.
hosting and participating.
So the cons and pros of being a vendor.
The cons is visibility. You never know. I'm sorry, that was a con. I said pro. Pro is visibility. You never know who you're going to see at a pop-up shop, from influencers to locals to out of town. You never know. So that's my what I go and do pop-up shops. With that, a pro is also networking. Whether you make money or not, it's always good to network. I've been put in positions with other events, other pop-up shops, even down to coordinating just from sitting at an event that I didn't really make no money on. But I made money on the next one from that initial connection. So, but cons will be possibly mismanagement. At times, I would overproduce, worry myself, stress myself, only to get there and realize I didn't have to make so much,
Right.
and or not knowing what pop up shop to attend. You have to be able to do the research and know your audience and know if this event is worth it or not.
Okay, okay. And that's a big thing. You know, back in the day when I first started, I used to do a lot of vending. And I noticed the host,
Hmm.
um, it's not only the host that's supposed to advertise, you know, of course, the
Yes.
person that's doing the vending should
Hmm.
advertise and push it. I've seen, and not no I'm saying that this happened now, but you know, back in the day, because
Hmm.
it just wasn't I'm not gonna say it was popular, but we didn't have the resource that y'all have now.
True.
Because now, you know, social media is so big, you
Hmm.
can advertise and you can grow your business from
A lot.
social media.
Hmm.
And when I first started back in the Gap,
Hmm.
you know, social media wasn't as big, and honey, you had to do some footwork.
A lot.
You had to get out there and put signs on cars, and
Hmm.
you know, you had to do a lot, go door to door and pay for mailing lists and all types of stuff. Now with y'all having it so easy, I think a lot of people deter from it because they think, oh, I'm gonna pay this money and I'm gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of, you got to be realistic. You have to be realistic with the pop-up shops to know that with business is always going to be a quote unquote gamble. It's always going to be a nature of the beast. I've sat at plenty of pop-up shops and didn't make what I thought I was going to make. That's just like a brick and mortar. You're going to have days where you don't have customers. You're
Right.
going to have days where sales are low. You just got to keep pushing and have a realistic mindset when it comes to pop-up shops. We are in Little Rock.
We are in Little Rock because you get some people that forget that we are in Little Rock, and their vending prices be higher than bigger than the event. You can't have an event where you can only accommodate 50 people and you charging $100
Mhm.
for vending for
Yeah.
the
It
booth.
has become very outrageous, in my opinion. Even saturated.
Mhm.
It's too many pop up shops on the same day. Too many people trying to do a pop up shop, and hosts it became a money grab for them. They realized that if I say this, a hungry entrepreneur, I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to pay if I feel like you got something going on, and then you get there and it's nothing. But that comes with learning too. So now you got to go learn to go to the host page, see how much are they promoting? Are they paid advertising? Are they boots to the ground? That's when your research comes and figure.
So even with vending, you have to do research and So y'all hear that? You can't just see something on there and think, well, yeah, you have to research that person.
Research that person. Definitely.
So it's just sort of like continued education.
Mm-hmm.
Even vending is like continued education. Continue to research, search, and see what you can find and do new, right?
Yeah, it works for you. And always travel.
Travel.
If you can travel. I'm in Memphis groups. I'm in Oklahoma groups. I'm in Dallas groups. Anything drivable within about 6 hours, I'm in a group.
Okay.
Taping out future pop-up shops I can attend and schedule for.
Okay. And so let's talk about your product line. So what is the name of your product line again?
Nina's Touch.
Nina's Touch. So how did you get the name Nina's Touch? Where did that come from?
Well, Nina's my daughter's nickname.
Okay.
And I started it. She was my muse because she has eczema. And that's how I started my business, was looking at something natural for her to use. And then Nina's Touch just kind of came naturally, just thinking of a name, trying to name it after her.
And what all products do you sell?
Infused whipped shea butters, infused black soap, body oils, body scrubs, hair care, and beard care.
And beard care, okay. And I'm gonna say this because I am a customer of Maddie's, and not only do I stand by her products, when I tell you, I still have the first jar, and I think the jar is about this big.
My 8-ounce look like.
Your 8 ounce, your 8 ounce. I done had it almost a year, and I use it quite often. I use it often. The thing is with your products, it don't take a lot.
Don't take much.
And people, I'm gonna tell y'all, her products are really are good. You know, you hear people rave about people products, and the products really be watered down and but your products are really good.
Thank you.
It's a few other people products that I like Joyce Brown. If y'all know her products are great. Your products are really good.
Thank you.
I love your products. I've never purchased a beer, or I need to purchase some of that for my guy. But I know all of your skin products. I've had your soaps.
Okay.
The turmeric soap.
The black soap.
I've had that.
How do you like that?
I love it.
You like that?
I love it. It exfoliate my skin. I love it because I have one of those. I don't know if it's called an African.
Yeah, African soap net.
Yes, and I use that with it. It's so real good. I love it. Still have that bar. And let me tell you what I did. I cut that bar up.
Good. Yeah.
To make it.
Keep it dry. Yeah. Make it last long as you piece by piece.
So you keep making your products because they really do work. Yeah, you know, I told you once before, your products should be in dermatologist offices.
I'm making my way there. I'm making my way.
You know, I'm speaking that into existence for you because they deserve to be there. If you have a child with eczema, bad skin, the little crater cap that I still call it around the edges of their head, her products are actually good for that.
They are.
Y'all have to try her products. If you don't want to purchase them, ask her for a sample.
Please.
She gives samples because her products just
I give samples. That's how I started. That's my main hustle. I don't do it as much as I used to, but I used to go set up on Asher, have samples, all type of stuff. Always on the go.
Baby, even your samples last a long time.
That was the purpose. I always gave a little bit in my sample because I knew a person would pinch, and I wanted them to realize, oh, I don't need a lot.
I don't need a lot, and it lasts a while. So, y'all, we touched on the Living Tall. We touched on the vending.
Yes.
We touched on Nina's Touch.
Yes.
You're gonna need a sip for this. Take a sip. Because I'm drinking coffee, you guys. Y'all, I'm getting on this healthy journey. I'm doing herbs, I'm drinking teas, you know, cutting back on the alcohol and everything. And I'm making my own teas. And you know, so yeah, I'm doing that now.
I'm here for that.
So now let's get back into this relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, because we've talked about all the business, the important stuff. So now we're finna have some fun with this interview. Yes, Maddie, the best. So, you know, of course, I watch your page, and I don't know, people like me. At first, I was like, you know, I don't know if she like women or men. You know, I'm just gonna ask the question because I said, do she like women or do she like men?
Mhm.
And we never know when to take you serious and when
I
not
guess.
to take you serious. Because with your page, I don't take
You
it for
never
face
know.
value.
Good.
I do not take your page for face value because I say, she really step outside the box sometimes.
Mhm.
So you say your preference is
Both.
both.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Proud bisexual. Been bisexual for, I knew at a very young age.
How young did you know?
Probably as young as the fourth.
Fourth grade?
Hmm.
See, and I've heard that so much. Like I was a kid once, of course, and people think when you're that young, they're not thinking about
Oh, no.
those things. So when you start thinking that, was it because of an encounter you had, or
Actually, no. It was, I found my stepdad's porn.
that's how it
And it went
happens?
from there. I was like, oh, I like that.
Okay,
As young as the fourth grade, however old that is. But yeah.
okay,
And it went from there. Dated some females throughout my end of my high school years and throughout the military. And now I'm dating a few now.
okay. Oh, you was in the military as well.
I did, yeah, 6 years Air Force. Hmm.
Thank you for your
Thank
service. Y'all heard that? Even in the Air Force as well.
you.
This woman, honey, wear a lot of hats.
A lot. I've done a lot.
A lot of hats. So when we talk about poly relationships, you really are, you into that type of thing.
I'm into it with my own agreement, my own do's and don'ts. Like I said, I'm mainly poly single at the moment. Nothing too sealed. It's more so free with understanding and respect.
So okay, you say you've been doing this since you was young. Have it always been accepted in your life, like in your household? Did you grow up with both
Oh,
parents?
um, kind of. Yeah, my mom and my stepdad mainly.
Okay.
Mhm. And it was not accepted. My mom found out I was dating a woman. She didn't like that too much. But she's more accepting now. More so just that's what she's gonna do, then that's what she's gonna do.
Okay. And with having a daughter, was it hard explaining it to your daughter? Or did she just always know?
She doesn't quite know now. I keep it separate from her at the moment. Not forcefully, but it just hasn't come up to where she's in the same space as who I'm dealing with. But I'll tell her, I'm very open with my daughter, as she is
Okay.
with me. So
And that's something a lot of parents, I think they lack the openness.
mhm,
Because I think you have to, it's very important to be open with your children
very.
when you're doing things that's going to involve them, even though you think it don't involve
Mhm,
them, because children, they smart.
very. Mm.
Kids are very smart. They are smarter than we think. Do you think it's going to be difficult when she?
I don't necessarily think so because we talk about the LGBTQ community a lot, from TV to public. So I've been very direct with her in terms to what we see in reality and online. So any question she ever asks, I'm very, this is what it is. The other day she just asked me, what was a threesome? I think she heard it on TV,
Oh
was
wow.
watching. And I just numbed it down to that's when three people do things together.
Yeah.
Like, and then she'll learn the real term eventually, but at least you know the basis of it,
Right.
not the sexual part. But
So you do think it is important to explain things to our children versus allowing the world to explain things
yes,
to.
I experienced that actually. My mom was very protective. I know she did it out of the goodness of her heart, but it hindered me growing up. Like I was a kid that had to leave from the sex ed classes in elementary and middle school. Like she wanted to teach me a lot of stuff, but then when the world came in, it kind of left me not so developed as my peers. So I'm lost. I'm not, and I'm experienced some things I feel personally I could have maybe avoided if I had just known instead of the
Right.
world teaching me.
Right, right. So, parents, I want to elaborate how important it is to allow your children to be free, to allow your children to have a safe space to be able to come to you and talk about any and everything with you. Because if you don't explain those things to your children, the world will.
Yeah.
And the world is not as gentle with
Mm-mm.
explaining things as we would like them.
To be, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So I think it's always best to have that line of communication with your children.
hmm
Because like I said, I've been following you a while on Facebook. Do your daughter follow you on Facebook?
She doesn't have a Facebook.
Oh, girl, that is one of the new things. Because some of these kids nowadays, they got Facebook, Twitter,
Oh, no.
Lemonade,
Mm-mm.
Skywalker, Jerk Chicken. I don't know. I'm making up names now. But they have
No,
everything.
I can't do that. She got child lock on her phone. The only app that she has is TikTok at the moment because you can
Okay.
make like a kid's account on there.
Okay.
But other than that, she has no social media.
Okay. So when she see her mom, because y'all know Maddie has been on TV, on the news and everything. So does she think like my mom is a celebrity? So how does she deal with the entrepreneur mom?
Um, she deals with it very well. She's I've drunk her to pop up shops. She does not like that too much, but she's a trooper. She goes. She's there with me. But as far as my notoriety, a growing notoriety, it doesn't really bother her. I don't think it hasn't hit her quite yet until recently when she realized that I'm treated a certain way with certain people, and she's like, "Why did they give you that? Or why this and why that?" And I'm just like, "Well, it's business. They know me from this, that, and the third, or you know." But she knows it because people know her that she doesn't know.
Right,
So I'm like,
right.
that's because I put you on Facebook and people think this, that. They think you're cute and they love your style and this, that, or the third. But she handles it pretty nice.
Because when you follow adults, you watch their
Oh
children
yeah.
grow up. Because I feel like I'm auntie to a lot of
I
kids.
know a lot of kids. I'm like,
Yeah, I feel like I'm your TT. I be like, hey TT, baby.
mhm.
And they be like, who are you?
I
Girl, I
watch
know
you
you.
grow up.
Right, I watch you grow up, baby. I know it from every school year
Man.
picture. Yes. So, and let's get back to dating. Y'all know we're
Mhm.
gonna jump back and forth because
Yeah.
I really wanna get to know Maddie in this 1 hour. So, with some of the things that you do post, is it ever hard dating?
I think yes. I'll say yes. It's hard dating with some of the things that I post, which I had to calm down on because you attract certain people whether you want to or not. No matter how what your intentions are with posting it, you can't control how somebody else perceives it.
Right.
So I had to calm down with it, but it does make dating a little bit harder because people see me in the public eye. They think that I'm taken when I'm not. A lot of people assume that I'm in a relationship and or married to the point, and I can get a little raunchy, a little sexual when I do post, and some people perceive me as an open person in that nature, and I'm not.
So let me ask you this: when you do post your raunchy, because like you said, people take Facebook so serious. They take,
Very seriously.
social media so serious, and they think that is your life. Do you ever get a lot of backlash from the openness that you place on social media?
Not yet.
You
Mm-mm.
haven't gotten it back.
I
That's
haven't got
that's
a backlash for me being open. Nothing more than a person thinking that I'm talking to them and I'm not. I'm just
and,
making a general post.
and I wanted to ask about that because that is so weird, and
I find
and
it.
I hear a lot of that going on. So that is a true thing. You can post something and 7 people think it's about them,
Yes, people I don't talk to at all.
and they think that they're
They think
so
they have a
important.
chance, or they're like, you said this. I'm like, okay. Like I made a post the other day about I like older men, like 50 plus is what I call them, and people were in my inbox. I was like, I just made a general post. It's not about you. I like older men, yeah, but I have other things that go along with that, just not you being older.
Okay, right, right. Okay. So with your Facebook post, let's talk about it. I don't know if this was last year. You had a domestic violence
Oh,
situation going on, and you posted and you talked about it. And I think you put pictures
hmm
and videos up. Did you get any backlash from that?
I did not.
You didn't
I
get
got more support than anything, and other victims, I will say, or survivors, I'll say, more so from my ex. No backlash, all encouraging tips on how to go to court and this, that, and the third, how to file paperwork and whatever. But yeah, lots and lots of support from that situation.
So let me ask you this: how important do you think it is to address situations like that? Because you hear a lot of people say, I'm not gonna put my business out
Mhm,
here on
mhm.
Facebook, and my personal business not everybody's business. Or people say, they just doing it for attention.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I hear. They doing it for attention. So how do you deal with that?
I personally feel like, in regards to what I went through, if anybody has gone through something like that similar, you should be posting it. In my opinion, because some of the women that came forward to me about my ex, I'm like, man, if only I had known this. You don't have to share all of your business. You can construct what you want people to know. Like, I didn't tell all of my business. It was just the outlines of what had happened, but it could save other women from having to go do that, and or help another woman out of a situation.
That is
It
so
wasn't just a regular
true.
breakup. Like, I was in a narcissistic relationship, very mentally and verbally abusive for 5 years. And maybe I could have avoided that if I had known about some of the stuff that he's
So
done to others.
why did it take 5 years for you to make the choice to
Mhm.
walk away?
Through shadow work and my own personal research, it would boil down to trauma bonding and manipulation. Those two things. And then I'm on the spectrum. So with that being said, I have a different view on life. I have a different perspective, and it's easier to take advantage of me because I have a sense of everybody's like me and they're not, which I had to learn through him, through that situation, that that's not true. So we may act the same at times. I saw, but he was acting in a way to harm me. I was acting in a way to want to love him. But everything we did, he weaponized it against me, and everything. And then you get so caught up in the back and forth, the breadcrumbing, the push and the pull of this person, that you before you know it, 5 years has passed. You don't even realize that 5 years have passed until you like, damn, I'm doing the same thing I've been doing for years now. And then you finally get to that last argument and you're like, skip this.
So did you ever feel that you played a part in the things that was going on?
For sure. I always take my part in whatever I go through. Because I should have been left. I shouldn't have gave so many chances. I shouldn't have been so optimistic. I should have believed in what I was seeing and not the fantasy I had in my head.
Right.
So
So when we talk about domestic violence and being in a relationship have domestic abuse in it, you always hear people say, you must don't know your worth, or you must don't love yourself.
I got that too.
So did you know your worth?
I know my worth. I know my worth. That doesn't what it's not what it boils down to necessarily in the moment. The best analogy I have is it's like a tornado. You can see what's happening on the outside. You can see the cow roam around. But when you're in the middle, that cow's going 100 miles an hour. You don't know what's going on in that moment. I know my worth, but I'm also in a relationship with somebody I love.
Right.
Maybe not really considering do they love me back, but I love this person and I'm trying to make it work. And then, yeah, I don't think worth plays a part in that necessarily, unless it's something really, really, really extreme. But this was like a normal relationship. It was nothing abnormal besides the arguments and the minute things. So until they add up, sometimes you don't know that you're going through something.
That's true. So did you have a choice to get out? Waiting
Yes,
long before you did.
I did, but I was also aware of the unstable, or his mental was unstable. So I had to inch my way out of that relationship. And even it still ended bad, but it may have ended less bad with me inching my way out of it.
Okay. So that relationship, did it have any bearing on your daughter?
It did. It did. It got to the point where like she wouldn't even like say his name. She would be after we broke up anyways. And I had to talk to her about it, and express to her as much as I could about what happened and why she should not go through that. Pinpoint things to like, I did this. If you ever in this situation, do this instead of that. Look for this because this is what I just experienced. I've been vocal with her the entire time throughout my relationship.
And I think that is so important. And when children get older, because all my children are grown now,
Mhm.
and when you have grown children, no matter how you raise them, regardless of the type of parent you thought you were, you always deal with some type of backlash from grown children, from things that they endured as
Mhm.
children that we didn't realize.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I say having an open communication with your children is so important. Um, I talk with Sloan um, because I want to do a segment on raising a daughter or what raising children. Is there anything that being a child, I wanted my daughter to ask me, or
Hmm.
questions that she wanted to know? Because children think, like with your daughter, you said you told her what not to do, what
Uh-huh.
to expect, what
Hmm.
to run away from. You know, and here's the question is, well, mom, if you tell me that, why didn't you do that?
Hmm.
You know, why didn't you do all the things that you telling me to do? I don't sometimes it make them think you're a hypocrite. So with that,
Hmm.
how do you feel about that?
With that being said, I had something similar like that with my daughter. Um, and I had to self reflect in that moment. Um, of course, initially I wanted to be like, do as I say, not what you see, or whatever that saying
Right.
is. But I was like, I can't be like that. So I had to swallow it, and I started doing what I told her to do. In a certain situation, I had to be like, well, this is what I learned. I'm not doing it today because it doesn't serve me today. But for your age, you should be doing this because we're two different ages. So you're not going to do what I'm doing, and vice versa in some aspects. But um, but yeah, I try myself not to be a hypocrite. And if she does point it out to me, I adjust.
So let me ask you, what did you learn from that relationship?
Let's see. I learned to take my time with anybody. I learned to take a person's words for face value, whatever they say they mean. I'm not giving nobody else the benefit of the doubt, and no chances. You get one chance depending on the severity of what you've done, but other than that, nah.
Yeah, my mama always told me you never give a person a second time to show you who they are. Believe
Yes,
them the first time.
believe the first time.
A person will tell you who they are the first time. It don't take two, three, four, 5 times
Hmm.
to tell you and show you who they are.
Hmm.
Because they'll show you.
You just gotta listen
It just take us to pick up and realize what they're
what
saying.
they're saying, and to not live in potential. I was in potential land with my ex a long time, and yeah. So now I don't, it's no potential. I try my best to coach myself to think in what's happening right now, not what I want to happen in the future, not what I may have dreamed about, not what he even told me. What's happening right now?
That's right. That's right. So let's talk about um this friends, business, internet. So have you ever had to deal with being in business? Because Maddie deals with a lot of different
I
people,
do.
and I do mean a lot of people. Do you ever have the problem to where is this business owner don't like this business owner, and they expect for you not to like them because they don't like them? Have you
Hmm.
ever had to deal with that? You need to pick a side type thing.
Let's see. I had one incident. It wasn't business owner to business owner, but I'll get back to that. But as far as business owners, I haven't. Now, have business owners come to me and express some things about other business owners? Yes. But I typically don't feed into it in regards of the whole back and forth gossiping thing. Now, do I want information? Yes, because that's a part of being a business owner. You need to know about other business owners in all capacities if you can. But other than that, no, I haven't been placed in a position to where I had to pick and choose. And if I do feel like that, I usually just walk away from the conversation. I don't want to hear no more. I'm good. You know.
Yeah, because I'm a firm believer and we're all grown, and the relationship you have with this person, I may not have that
Exactly.
relationship. The
Hmm.
way they did you, they may not do that to me. And it's not fair to say pick a side because they did this to me or they like this. Um, I'm a true believer in allow me to get to know that person for myself and
Hmm.
let me discern how they are versus how they are with
You
you.
exactly. Because you might not be telling me everything.
You may not be because it's always another
It's
side.
always three.
It's three. It's your side,
And
and
the
then
truth.
just the truth lies in the middle
Yep.
somewhere.
So I don't ever let it. I never get that far with anybody. I think most business owners know not to come with me with that because I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm just not.
So, and what is your age, if you don't mind
I'm
me?
34.
34. Being 34, how do you feel about that? You need to pick a side.
It's very childish. It's very low vibrational. Um, I don't see the point of it. Um, why am I picking sides? I don't understand that concept per se. I'm a individual person. So some people say I stay in the shadows. I stay in the black because I mean,
You know, one thing I have noticed about reading your post and following you for the longest time that I have, you can make a post and you'll have people that, you know, they'll jump on because they're ready to be confrontational.
mhm,
You know, they ready to get something started. You
yeah,
know, what's the term they say? You know, people like to tussle.
they like to.
And one thing I noticed about you, you never gotten into that tussle thing. You know, you allow people to have their own view on things. They don't have to agree with you
Mm-mm,
because it's a such thing as to agree
agree.
to disagree.
Of course.
And you handle that, you know, real well. I noticed that you handle those situations where you have guiding people that's ready to tussle. And here I am being nosy because you know it's social media. We
Yeah.
will let's check the comments.
Yeah.
Let's check the comments.
Please.
And I love how you shut it down.
I'm gonna shut it down.
You shut it down with class
Mhm.
and respectful, and just you are entitled to pick to
You
feel that
are.
way.
You're entitled to your opinion. I respect it. I'm not going to tell you nothing about your opinion. And depending on how you state your opinion, I will further the conversation. But most of the time, people don't know how to debate. People don't know how to
To the
talk without
right.
getting emotional. And that's my standpoint, which is why I make the post that I make, because I like to engage in mental thought. I want you to think further than what you would normally think and what society has taught you to think. You can think deeper. So I lose some people. Some people think I'm inconsiderate or unemotional, which I mean, you should be if you are in critical thinking. You should be non-emotional. But
I think that is so intelligent what you just said. And I say that because I've had to endure those type of things, you know, where you know, Facebook is Facebook. And sometimes, you know, we make posts to get engagements.
mhm,
And of course, you know, people make their statuses and share and make their comments on what they want to say. And I'm a debater.
I love to debate.
I love a good debate. You know, not being mad, not
Mm,
being vicious, just a good debate. These days you can't have
you can't
that
have that. Oh no.
because when you get in a debate, if you don't agree, and sometimes you can say things because you don't know. You know, you don't know. You don't you want to be educated
You need to
because
be.
like the poly thing that I don't
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
And if you put a post up, me being me, I'm gonna ask some questions, and you're gonna make a statement and answer my question. I got
Hmm.
another question, and I'm gonna say, well, I think this. I think it is so respectful to a person to educate you.
Yes, because some people take that as a dig. Some people will take that as an insult that you're trying to educate them, trying to call them stupid. But I'm like, everybody needs education. Even me giving you this information, I'm getting more education too. It's not about me being down on you. But if you are going to come into a debate type of scenario, you should be educated and you should be able to stand on your point without saying, I feel and or I think. I'm educated in anything that I talk about. And if I'm going to state something, you can Google it and you can verify it. I'm not going to say nothing that I'm not aware of. And if I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know. I'm gonna do some research and come back and debate you, but that's where I lose people. A lot of people will say, "Well, we agree to disagree." No, we don't. I'm correct, and you can look it up. You're choosing to go with your feelings, and that's incorrect. You can't debate with your feelings. It's about facts, not what you feel.
That's right. So let me ask you this: how much are you into the because you have a lot of products that you
Hmm.
deal with. How much are you into the holistic healing?
I love it. I love it. I'm very base. Bottom line, I got my people I go to. I'll go to Aaliyah Sunshine, or I think her name is Kiyosha, if I'm saying it right, Womack. And yeah, if I need anything, them the two people I go to as far as anything holistic.
Like I say, I'm starting to get ready to tap into holistic living. I've been taking classes. I've got
Mm.
certified in it. I'm starting to learn a lot about different herbs because, as we all know, I do the unit steams, and I'm learning about the herbs because I don't want to just have people taking things or
Hmm.
selling things that I'm not educated on. And education is key. A lot of things I don't know. So, like I said, when it comes to the holistic things and it comes to the debating,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I made a post one time. I don't even remember the post I made, what it said, but I know the backlash from it. On the I don't know if it was about somebody said something. It's about some cinnamon. They talked about putting cinnamon on your door, bring riches, or
Oh,
it was something about
it's
it.
so many of those type of things.
So me being who I am, like I
Mhm.
say, and I love a good dig or a debate.
Mhm.
But like I say, if I don't know, educate me.
Exactly.
So, I talked about it. Honey, do you not know the backlash I got from that? I got hoodoo talked about, judo, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They went and made a whole thing and had the um hoodoo god, I don't know. And the thing is, not making fun of nobody's belief or
Yeah.
what they do, because everybody have their own beliefs.
Mhm.
I don't frown on, but if you don't know, educate them. If I don't know, educate me. Like I say, I love a good debate.
Mhm.
If I say something, you make a comment, I may come in and say something else because I want to keep it going.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair and I think it's just plain out weird. Do people
Mhm.
get mad over social media?
I think so.
Do you ever have the problem social media get you upset?
No, I've never been upset. Can I go down a rabbit hole of debating a certain something I've seen mentally, just thinking to myself? Sure, but to the point to post something or to show that I'm irate on social media over social media, no, I don't think.
So, what do you think about people to say, "Oh, I got to take a mental break from social.
I
I
can
got
agree
to
with
take
that.
a break."
Hmm. Social media can definitely bring you down. It can put you in a tunnel that you do not want to be in um, if you are not mentally strong enough. See, with me on social media, I made my algorithm. So I've deleted anybody that like share fights. I delete anybody that does a whole bunch of negativity, the whole women bashing, men bashing, the just the pure drama, even the drama between the social media people, even the people that post nothing but fabulous things in life, because that's not realistic. And that'll get you down. They'll think you're comparing yourself to this person. You don't know how they got that. It could be fake. They could have stole it. You don't know. So I made my algorithms where I work out, funny dog stuff, funny content, and business stuff. That's all I see on my social media. So I necessarily don't have to take a break. But I do understand people who will take a break because it can consume you. I be on my phone way more than I know I should be.
Oh, honey, we definitely do that. Everything we do, we got the phone up.
Yes.
You can't get into it with nobody because you never know who videoing or who taking pictures or what's going on. But that's one of the bad things about social media. But like I say, one of the good things
Hmm.
is it has grown a lot of people
If you
businesses.
know how to do it, if you know how to do it, it can take you fast and far.
It can take you fast and far, and sometimes it can take you fast and slow and down.
Yes, it can. I've seen a lot of people go viral and had to stop their business because they couldn't keep up with the demand of going viral.
And sometimes do you are you a firm believer that social media can have you keeping up with the Joneses?
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. Scamming has skyrocketed, and I think it's from social media because everybody's trying to keep up with everybody else, from the PPP scams to the everything else that was happening here recently. Social media will have you thinking you're supposed to be somewhere. Like it's a thing now where like 18 to 22-year-olds think they're behind because they're following people who have $1 million house and $1 million car, and they travel every other month, and not knowing half of it is probably fake and made up. But
Right. Some of these houses that people put up be
be
Airbnbs.
Airbnb and just there
They just there.
for the weekend or whatever, take a whole bunch of content to last who knows how long, and now you think somebody that moved in somewhere.
Right, right.
They really ain't.
That's why I say, be yourself, live at your own pace,
Please.
and never try to put on somebody else's shoes
Hmm.
because their shoes may not fit you, and you may not lace them up the way they
Well,
do.
you don't know what they've been through.
You don't know what they've
You
been
just
through.
seeing how they survived. You just seeing them thriving now. You don't know what they had to do to get there.
Right.
So be careful what you wish for.
Because a lot of people see your business and see what you're doing and they think, oh, Madison is rich now.
Please
Because
don't.
they think they take social media
Very
and they are
serious.
you got the money, especially if they see you doing a lot of events.
Mhm.
They swear up and down you got a whole lot of money, not realizing
It's a
it take
struggle.
money and it's a
I've
struggle.
just been up the past year and some change. People don't even know about a year and a half ago, for the past 2 years prior to that, I was struggling, literally order to order. Like, I'm not even trying to be sympathy pity. That was my life. My daughter can tell you when we went down to eating Roman noodles forcibly, not because we wanted to. Like, it got rough. Entrepreneurship is not easy. When they say you
That's
got
the
to pay
part
your
they
dues,
don't
that's
see
for
that.
real. Yeah. Yes. I'm just not a person that let my downfalls ruin my life.
Right.
So if I'm down, yeah, I'm down. But guess what? I was still at pop-up shops. I was still setting up on Asher. I was still handing out samples. I was still doing me. Nobody knew. Nobody knew until now.
Y'all heard it. So what's next for Maddie?
Next for me, now I'm trying to do the Living While Tall, trying to get that going. The Tall Takeover, as well as more events. I got a brunch coming, a small plate Sunday brunch where you can come and try out about 3 to 4 different local chefs and cooks as they prepare small plates for you to eat, kind of like Sam's, but a little more, you know what I'm saying? And some erotic events as well.
Okay. Y'all erotic. We like the
If you like to
erotic.
be sexy, can't say
Yes.
too much, but it would be nice if you like to sexually explore.
So you into the sexual exploring.
Everybody should.
Okay.
Men and women, you should sexually explore. Don't let these labels stop you from enjoying your body that you only gonna have one time.
So when you say sexually explore, what do you mean by that?
So, let me see. A post I made not too long ago, I may ask the question. I believe I made a statement, but if it was referring to a man being pegged by a woman. I asked this question with my coworkers, and they all said that makes a man gay. I don't think that's gay. I think that's sexual exploration.
Okay, let's stop right there. Let's talk about pegging.
Okay.
Everybody don't know what pegging is.
Right. Correct. Pegging. Is to be penetrated with a strap by a woman. A woman wears a strap and she penetrates the man from behind. That's pegging.
And they say that's gay.
The average person will say that that's gay, but it's not gay. Because if you know the definitions of gay, gay is for two same sex to be attracted. There's still a man and a woman.
So for a woman to penetrate a man's behind, you don't think it's anything wrong with that.
I do not.
Y'all know our time is almost up, right? Y'all do know this, but y'all know I want to dig all the way into that because I really want to talk about that. But y'all know we got a segment getting ready to come up, and it's called Steamy Table Talk.
Oh,
And the steamy talk is gonna be we talk on the youngest things. We're gonna steam that thing, and we're gonna talk. I would love for you to be one of our guests
I'm there.
because I want to know more about the pegging. I want to know more about the definition of the erotic body, exploring your body more.
Yeah.
Because it's some questions and things I don't know. And how old? And you young people can teach me some things.
Yes, I'm all for it.
I'm all for being educated, no matter how wide of
Tell me anything. If you got something I need to know, I should know. Tell me. I don't care if you think I want to know or not. I love knowing any much I can know the better.
so y'all. I'm gonna get ready to cut this, but guess what? We're gonna get more into pegging, the poly world, single poly.
Single poly?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, poly single.
Poly single.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get more and in depth into that. Where it LaQuinta's Cheddar Box. So y'all know my thing. What I always say, it's not what's in you, on you. It's what's in you. So let's always try to have some good and positive things in us, so they'll shine bright.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all see, she got me tongue tied. Because when she got to talking about the pegging and everything, I had so much I want to say. You made me lose my concentration. but I cannot wait to dig more in it.
Yeah.
Y'all, I want to thank my guest, Madison, for
Thank you for
coming on the
having me.
Chatterbox. We've been trying to get you for a long time.
It was worth it though. This was nice.
See, I've been in a part 2 sometimes.
We're gonna need a part 2.
Because, honey, you got some interesting things that I want to talk about and I want to be educated on. You know, like I say, it's some things that you can educate not only me, but our viewers, because we have some viewers that's into some things too. And they need to know.
Yes.
And who other than to teach us than the younger generation?
Okay, we got you. I got you.
Hey, I'm here for it. I am here for it. Again, y'all, that's my time. I am LaQuinta, and this is my girl, Madison. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having me. This was
Thank
nice.
you for
I
coming.
loved it.
And we look forward to talking with you soon.
I can't wait to come back.
Yes. So, y'all, that's our time. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you.